All right, hey everyone. I hope all of you guys are having a good day. I just want to share some words of encouragement that'll be helpful for everyone. As you all know, this group we specifically put in place to help each of you that are agents, to help you get to the field trainer level and then senior field trainer. And then we actually have a special group specifically for senior field trainers and above with helping you along with the process to becoming a vice president. But I want to really just share some words related to the process here, because that's exactly what you're going to go through here. And one of the worst things that happens that keeps people from becoming ultimately successful is one, having the wrong expectations, and two, comparing yourself to other people. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is comparing yourself. Be very careful of that, because you will see some people starting to enroll, several people when they first get started. And I'll tell you why that is. But that's a small percentage of people. That's not going to be everybody, guys. I'll tell you why. What happens is there's some of us or some people that before they joined FES, they knew more people. Or maybe they had a different network. They had a network of people who were doing better financially and the services were more affordable to them. Or maybe they had, maybe people just trust them. So they have a lot of influence. Maybe they're a pastor, a business owner, a community leader. And then also maybe, sometimes they have experience or they come from a business or a career or a position where they already have credibility for something related to credit. Maybe they were in real estate. And so people trust them about credit. Maybe they sold cars. You guys get my point? So you never know a person's story. So don't compare your results in the beginning to theirs, okay? Now, the second thing is unrealistic expectations. This is a process, guys. So what I mean by that is, it reminds me of my mom's baking. So like when my mom bakes her pies, right? Guess what? I wish it could instantly be done and ready to eat. But first of all, she has to go and buy the ingredients. Then she has to prep the ingredients. Then she has to, combine the ingredients in the right portions. Then she has to cook it. And then when it's done cooking, I still can't eat because then it has to settle, right? Okay, now I can eat my mom's pie. That's how it is in this business. A lot of times we sign up and we think we're ready to eat. But no, what I'm telling you guys, this is a process and it's worth it. But it's $1 million process. And for some people, it'll be worth more than that. It could be worth whatever you want it to be. But my point is you got to have the right attitude and expectations. When you go to college to become a doctor, you go to college to become, a lawyer, or you become maybe a professional athlete. Guess what? How many years do you have to go through that process before you're ready to practice medicine, practice law, or become a professional athlete worth hundreds of thousands or if not millions of dollars? So it's unfair for you and for this opportunity for you to try to make this work in 30 days, but it's worth the same opportunity that people go to school 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, or they work all their life to become a professional athlete before they can make the type of money we make here. So the good news is you do get paid on the way throughout the process. You don't have to wait, but to make the big money, it's going to be a process. So here's what I want to wrap this video up with is a couple of things. The first thing you have to do, okay, is you have to get excited first. See, most people they're like, well, when I'm making $10,000 a month, then I'll be very excited. But let me tell you something. The key to getting to $10,000 a month is getting fired up and excited first, because that's called faith. Faith is belief in the unseen. When you know you're going to make $10,000 a month for sure, you'd be excited. And what happens is when you're excited and have enthusiasm, that means belief, and more people will join you because they don't want to miss out. But if you sound like you doubt it and you don't believe and you're questioning it, guess what happens? Then they doubt it, and then that's when you start hearing things like, well, let me see how it goes for you. You guys get my point? So you got to get fired up about this thing, and you got to be excited, okay? The second thing is the success loves speed and large numbers. So you have to make a list. If you haven't made a list on paper of 50 to 100 contacts to work through, guess what? That you're selling yourself short. So success loves large numbers, which is a big list, and speed. When you have enough people on your list, it allows you to move with urgency, and you got enthusiasm. So you're like, next, who's next? That attracts people, makes them want to join you. But if you talk slow and you're needy and desperate and you sound like you don't believe, you're going to have a harder time attracting people to want to join you. You guys make sense? The last thing I want to wrap up with is not only do you have to have the right attitude and be excited and positive, but you also have to have strong reasons why you're doing the business in the first place. So if you haven't figured out what your why is, you need to figure that out today, write it somewhere, and post it somewhere you can see it every day. You know, some people's why is they want time freedom. Maybe they make good money, but they have no time for themselves or for their family. Some people, they have a lot of time, but they don't make the real money that they want to make. Some people, they're tired of being in debt, okay? Some people, you know, maybe your why is to retire early. You know, you want to retire in 2 to 5 years from corporate America. You can do that here. It's possible. You know, maybe you want to retire your spouse. Maybe you want to build a dream life for yourself and your family. The dream life, like wake when you want to, travel, you know, eat where you want to, shop where you want to, drive what you want to, right? You guys get my point? Maybe you want to build a college fund, a retirement fund. Maybe, I don't know what it is for you. Residual income. There's so many different whys. Maybe you got some people you want to prove wrong. You can do that here. Maybe you have some people who waited, they knew you could become successful and you want to prove them right. Maybe you want to prove yourself right. I don't know. But you have to figure out what your why is here in this business and post it somewhere you can see it every day and let it drive you. Because when you're fired up and you know what you're committed to, you become unstoppable here. I'm a college dropout, guys. I went to school. I barely even graduated high school. I've been homeless before. I grew up around drugs and violence and abuse and everything else that a lot of you have experienced, guys. But guess what? Your past did not dictate your future. In fact, the more you've been through, the stronger of a mindset you can have to become successful if you use it right. So with that said, guys, let's go out and crush it. Take it one step at a time. But let's go out there and share FES with belief and excitement. We'll see you guys at the next title.